Hello and welcome, Inspired Podcast community. This is your new episode. My name is Caroline, and my today's guest is Joe Kolar. And I hope I pronounced your name right. your, your name. Thank you for saying yes to be my interview guest today. And I would like you to introduce yourself to the audience, please.
Thank you for having me, Caroline. Joe Kolar is the proper spelling in English, so you did a great job there. I'm a mindset mentor and a PGI consultant. I help people overcome challenges in their life through the experiences that I had. The reason behind that is um, you you know yourself when you are going through hard situation, whether being in business, but mainly in personal life either in marriage or with a child, you're looking for support, but we're still not used to it, to coaches and mentors as guides. Why guides? Guide can guide you through the stuff that he went through, and you might be going to through a similar challenge at the moment. And because I didn't have anyone since 2013, 14, which was my hardest period at the time, I did decided to help as many people as I can. So this is my why behind my mentoring and coaching journey.
Wow. Thank you so much. And I didn't mention how we met. Yeah, we met on social media. It was on Facebook first, and then I followed you on TikTok, where you are very, very successful.
Oh,
You are
thank you.
successful everywhere, but I witnessed your growth on that platform, and I love your videos, by the way. Yes,
Thank
they,
you. It's the fastest growing platform because you don't have to support it with ads. You just have to give people what they want, what they're looking for. And what is the better way to share the content than the one that you're learning, that you're teaching, that you're living? I found TikTok very useful and great for that. And I'm
Mhm.
grateful for
Yes, me too, because my journey, by the way, started on TikTok when I came across um, another PGI consultant. We spoke about it, and then I decided to sign up to become a consultant as well. Yes, 2 years
it. Oh, good.
ago. Yeah, maybe you didn't know this, but
No, I
yes.
didn't.
Okay. So my first question is, what inspires you?
Um, what inspires me?
Hmm. Yeah.
Study, learning, expanding awareness. I was chatting one day with Brian Proctor, chatting. We were just exchanging a few messages. Brian Proctor is son of our mentor, late Bob Proctor. And he put up a question in one of his posts. What do you do? Where do you go? Where you find yourself or your mind in a dead end? And immediate answer that I got, and I truly believe was from Bob, I turned to Bob. His answer was that he turns to his dad. So I said, that's what I did too. I turned to your dad. Bob has produced so much knowledge through his lifetime and study, through his 60 years, that another century we have what to learn. Not only Bob, but everyone that he was studying, and he uh, what is that word in English? He put the content together and he gave it to people in so simplistic form and a way that every single person, it doesn't matter what background or gender he or she is, can understand it. And the more I learn, the more I realize how little I know. But on another hand, as every coin has a two sides, the more I see what people can learn that don't know that they don't know. As Bob is saying, the only problem we have is ignorance. So the more we eliminate ignorance with knowledge and study, and most importantly, applying what we learn, the better the world is, the easier the obstacles and the situations are to deal with. Because I have a comparison or saying that I often use. when someone says that he has a problem or he doesn't know what to do or his wife or her husband doesn't understand him or her, it's always about communication. And people can understand only to the level of their awareness, as you can't explain to a child in a kindergarten university knowledge. You have to bring the child through the awareness to that stage. It applies exactly the same for us.
Wow, thank you so much for this expanded or extended answer. Yes, and when you talked about, first of all, you mentioned Brian Proctor, and
Mhm.
guess what? Tomorrow we publish the episode with Brian Proctor. It is Valentine's Day
Oh,
tomorrow,
amazing.
and yeah, and we had him on episode. Oh, I cannot tell you the number. I forgot,
I've seen it.
but yeah.
I have seen it.
You've seen it
Yeah.
because I put it
Yes.
on, yeah, and it is amazing because he published his book half a year ago. The My Father Knew the Secret, and in 2 days it will appear in Germany, in the German language, and this is amazing. So, and the next you said how Bob delivered the content was,
Hmm.
I would say he knew how to organize the information, because the information was always there for everyone, but the to put it in order. And you talked about also like children in the kindergarten, and don't talk to them like a university professor or so. Yes, this is so important, how you deliver it. And communication is the great skill when you are working in that area, like you do, like I do.
I
Yes.
absolutely agree. Everything comes
Mhm.
down to communication because
Mhm.
um, uh, I also have international certificate in NLP, New Code, which is neuro linguistic programming. And the reason why I went into that as one of many courses that I took was to understand me better, because
Mhm.
we have to start from ourselves. Before I gained that knowledge, I was as well on the journey of changing other people, changing my child, changing my former wife, changing my siblings. But once you dive into self-development journey and you realize how hard it is to change yourself, the first realization, the first bulb that will come on is, how did you even think that it's possible to change somebody else if it's this hard to change yourself, to reprogram the programs that have been installed to us over decades, two, three, 4 decades?
Yeah.
Through the study, you learn how to understand yourself so you can share it with others. Not teach it, change it, manipulate it, but share it. Here, this is what I learned. This is how it worked for me. You can do the same thing.
Wow, because we are all the same, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and the universal laws work for everyone. For
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing. And my next question is, how do you inspire other people?
I believe through social media, through the
Mm.
content, because
Mhm.
as you mentioned previously, the most successful social media channel that I have at the moment is TikTok, and you have to give people what they are looking for. In another hand, I believe like attracts like. What you're looking for is looking for you. So I share what I believe. There is not a single piece of content that I don't believe. I read it, I study it, I watch it, I do uh, my best to my best ability every single day to apply what I learn in my own life. Not every day is 100% day, but if you do uh, your best, or as Bob is saying, better than you've done yesterday, that's as much as you can do. If you improve 1% every day, that's 365% in a year. And I can't compare, um, every single one of us have challenges in life, right? If I
Mhm.
take 10 years ago, which was the hardest year of my life, and now 2024, there's no comparison between my personality, my behavior, my approaching situations or the challenges. There are no problems anymore. There are only issues and challenges that can be solved, and they can be solved through understanding and communication and applying what you're learning throughout your life. Since you're learning how not to be ignorant, you begin to understand why people act in a way they act, why they behave, because you have gained awareness. So it does make your life easier.
No, that's true. But also, it doesn't make it more complicated.
Yeah, true. And then on the other hand, it's only up to the observer, the person that is watching the content, how is he going to take it?
Yeah.
We can't be attached to the outcome. I'm not going to pressurize this knowledge to anyone, not a single person, because every single one of us have a different way of understanding, different timeline of a process, how soon or how late we will understand it. I am a living proof of it. I could have been the most successful PGI consultant in the world have I not been ignorant. Because first time I came across Bob Proctor was in 2006. I was living in Ireland at the time. Uh, that was the time when the Secret movie came out.
Mhm. Yes.
But Bob was the only one that I didn't like in the movie.
Yeah.
That's how ignorant I was. It made no difference to his life. But now fast forward, it could have made huge difference to my life for 14 years and the impact that I could have caused
Mhm.
on the life of others. So it always depends how you see things, how the perception, one of the higher mental faculties that we have.
Yes, I love how you pointed out the topic of ignorance, that this is the only problem we have, according to Bob. Uh, we implemented or we adapted it
Hmm.
with the Thinking into Results program, of course. And ignorance means something like a closed mind as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not knowing that we don't know that we don't know. And
Mhm.
if we use the NLP term,
Mhm.
if we dissociate ourselves from a situation, that means taking one or two steps away and detach our emotion, if we are able to observe the situation from third, fourth party or a person, no situation is as complicated or difficult as it seems at the first point. We have a saying in Slovakia that you don't eat um, the food as hard as it is cooked.
Yes.
You wait a little bit, right? I believe
Mhm.
there is a similar one in Germany. Yeah.
In German, yes, I understand it. It's exactly the same. Translated in English, I don't know. We have to
Mhm.
look it up. And okay, my next question. What are your gifts and talents?
I believe through the study and understanding of myself to guide people
Mhm,
to realize their situation
mhm,
through my experiences and the knowledge that I have gained over the last 20 or 25 years by coaching, mentoring, speaking, and advising people uh, to take and combine the tools that we have and show them what they can use. As we both do the same job, we can show people where to look, but what to see is totally up to them. And that's a level of understanding as well.
oh, yes. Yeah. To let go, to not, yeah.
Not to be attached to the outcome as of
Mhm.
what the other person will see in there, because we're not them, we're not living their life. But the tools are universal, as the laws are universal. They apply same for every single person.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing. And I had to laugh because I came across a TikTok yesterday and it said like the when you are selling something or offering a service, then you are not responsible for the outcome of the client. And the comparison was with the company producing shampoo or something. And it says the CEO is not calling you to ask you if you are using the shampoo or not, and I found it
Yeah.
funny. This is why I have to laugh. But it's the same. Okay, so I have another question. It is, when people reach out to you after listening to this episode, and they will, yeah, they will. So, what can they do for you?
For
How
me,
can they help you?
to improve their life, their situation, to get better, to reach their goals, to find their love, to improve their relationships, to reach whatever they are striving for in their life. If I can help one
Mm.
person out of this podcast episode, I'll be happy.
Wow, this is an amazing answer. And thank you so much. Yes, and I have to ask if you have a special offer for the Inspired Podcast community, of course.
I do. I will share a link with you, which you can attach to
Mhm.
where you will share it. It's linked to my link tree, and they can find 3-day free Mindset Reset audio challenge in there, and another free resources. If that will be not enough for someone, they can ask me. I can share more.
Wow, this is so generous, that we have so much to give because we received so much with
Yeah,
our
the more
study
you
and
give, the more you
mm,
give, the more you get. And by applying universal laws, there's no shortage of anything. You're not losing anything by giving free stuff to people. Look at our mentor, Bob. Everything is available on the internet.
yeah, because abundance is already there. We are just
Yeah,
limiting ourselves to something. I don't know what, but just let go. We don't need it anymore.
yeah.
No. Thank you so much for this interview. I'm so happy that you said yes once
Thank
again.
you for having me.
Oh, thank you and see you in the next episode.